My name is Dorit Bøjlere-Hauge. I'm the project lead of Nordic Design Impact. In the project, we work with developing small and medium-sized Nordic design companies by working with the dimensions online design visibility, aesthetics, and sustainability. We also include experts from other industries and from the educational institutions, and at the end of the project we share our knowledge with the entire industry, also internationally. So why did you decide to join Nordic Design Impact?
We saw a great possibility to meet someone in a different area and sector, working with something completely different than we do, and harvest their experience and see what we could give them. So it's that's one of the most important things that that was the reason why we wanted to engage in this project.
I was curious to be a mentor and also maybe give away a little bit of what I guess I've been learning at work.
Yes.
And I'm also curious because at the same time I'm actually a mentee in a training course in Finland, so sponsored by Suunto.
Yeah.
So I'm looking at things now on both sides of the table.
Oh, very interesting.
And I wanted to learn about new things of how to approach my own job. So
Yeah.
Initially it was through flattering. Ornamo and Graphia both contacted us and said that we've been the chosen company to be one of the mentors in this project. But then when I gradually started to find out more about the project, it felt really interesting and felt like we had the possibility to really give back in terms of helping out smaller companies as well in their path.
Well, I always think it's interesting if I can contribute in any way to developing the design business. And that is the main reason I participated in this project.
So what was your most important learning from Nordic Design Impact so far?
I think it forces you, when you're mentoring somebody, also you talk about your own work, and it kind of forces you to look at your own work from different angle, like from outside. And when you explain to somebody else, then you spot new things about how you do things. That's been really good learning experience for me.
Even though I'm one person in my business and they are a larger company, you still deal with the kind of same questions, and sharing the experience and outcome of that have been really valuable, and it feels like a bonus because I didn't get to choose my company, and I'm really fond of how they are working and the products portfolio as well. So it's been a great pleasure so far.
Well, the most important is that the Nordic aesthetics can be a kind of a export product in many senses, in different dimensions, both in a kind of democratic sense, in breaking down hierarchies sense. So in different senses, that's what kept me, and I'll probably keep thinking about it as a thing that we can focus more on if we go internationally.
So being a mentor, have you learned something yourself as well?
Yes, and actually we started off with Runetberg to really figure out what could be gained in both parties. That it's not really only for them, but it's also something that we want them to help us with. And we made concrete goals as to what we want to learn and what we want them to help us with, and we managed to achieve that.
When you worked with online design visibility, what was your most important learning?
Well, how bad I was to show my company on the how bad I was to use the online opportunities to inspire or to promote the works that my company do. So that is the most gaining experience I got so far, and I hope I can improve my visibility substantially after this project with my mentor.
I'm sure you can. So which part of Nordic design do you think should be highlighted internationally?
I'd say the natural use of materials. That's something that we're really good at, and something that seems very natural to us in general.
So you mean the use of natural materials?
Yes, and also the other way around, that we use the right material in the right purpose. So that way as well.
I think that we spoke about the honesty. I think the honesty and transparency, those really strike a bell. And then I think also the materials first, something about the origin from nature materials, that's very Nordic in my eyes.
Mm-hmm. When you say honesty, what exactly does that mean?
To me it means that you don't cover things up. You actually, whether you design a service or product, you design it thoroughly with the end user in mind, how he or she feels, and then that you don't cover anything up. It's thoroughly designed and trusted. The product or the service can be trusted.
What is it in your view that we can do together as Nordic design organizations that we can't do on an individual basis?
Well, I think we have shared but also different experiences, and I think to bring those experiences together is something that can create a new force or a new possibilities for us. And I think every individual organization and individual designer can benefit from this. I think it's a great thing with collaboration.
I think that design has such an impact on everything and on our lives, but I think the values within the design and what design does, and also how we value the designer and their skills and profession. I think it's not even, because design is very important, but the designer is not seen as so important. So I think that for our part, I think that by joining forces and working together to make this visible and to put content into what a designer is and does and what values goes into designing, I think that we can achieve much more than we could do on our own.
I think the background for this project being interesting is that the marketplace for Nordic designers is not the Nordic region, it's all the rest of the world. And being 4-5 very, very small countries, very small design communities, none of us have the capabilities or the capacity to actually approach that international market on our own. So I think that working together makes a whole lot of sense, also because we have a lot in common. We have a common history, we have common challenges, and we also communicate with the outside world in a very commonly fashion. So I think that by inspiring each other, by helping each other out, and by also sharing the knowledge that we have between us, I think that we can become a much stronger force on the international design scene.
So would you say that having a Nordic design network is important?
That could add new possibilities, maybe look at my own situations and different points of view, and hopefully have the opportunity to get help and an understanding to maybe enter new markets and new customers outside Scandinavia.
When you regard yourselves as designers and compare yourselves to other industries, what are you good at and what are your needs maybe?
That's quite easy to say. We're good at design and we're not that good at thinking ourselves as a company, or all the company things as building a company, the economics of it. So that's probably the thing that we need to learn more about, and we are very aware of that. So yeah.